Hey everybody, Mike Steele here with Barbecue Champs Academy Live. And when I tell you we have got a show for you tonight, wow, have we got a show for you tonight. It's not too often that you get three let me rephrase that, three newly crowned world champion barbecue pitmasters in on a show at the same time, but we got it this weekend. Mr. Bill Purvis, Chicken Fried Barbecue. He is now definitely the chicken champ. Nobody's going to deny that. We've also got Miss Jackie Milligan, rib champ at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and also Tim. And he was part of the team that won grand champion. So we have got a great show lined up for you tonight. Really excited to have all of these guys and gals on here. We're going to hear everything about Houston Rodeo. So I'm excited to find out a little bit about it. I've never been. And if y'all have got some questions for our guest tonight, as always, feel free to fire away. We're going to be quick about this because we don't want to take up too much of their time. There's this guy named Chicken Fried. He's got a show coming on after, and Chicken Fried with Chicken Fried. So that's coming up at 8 o'clock. So we got to get Bill off here a little bit early. But as always, we're going to give people just a few minutes just to come in. Gordon, thank you, brother, for being here. Appreciate it. Night of Champions. Yeah, that's what I should have put. That would have been a really good banner to put up at the top. So how y'all doing? Everything's doing good, Jerry. Appreciate you being here. Jason, buddy, glad to have you with us tonight. Mr. Dick, thank you, sir. David, it was great visiting with you this weekend and your lovely wife, Amy, over in Irving. As you didn't found out, we went over to Irving this weekend, picked up a grand champion, another state championship, so I've got two. So I'm going to try to get over to Kaufman and maybe go cook another one this weekend. We hope it'll make the state championship. And if I could get another one, that would give me three. A lot of ifs there, but you got to start somewhere, and you're not going to win it if you don't go cook them. So, but we had a lot of fun over in Irving, Texas this past weekend. A great little cook-off that they've got going over there. Christopher, thank you for joining us. Justin, appreciate you being here. Renee, as always, we appreciate you being here. Stephen, good luck this weekend. I know that you're going to be down in Austin, and it was great hanging out with you in Irving this weekend. Miss Caitlin, thank you for joining us tonight. Efren, thank you for being with us all the way from California. Justin West, appreciate you, brother, for being here, and thank you for the invite to be on y'all's podcast last night at Outlaw. Scott, thank you for joining us. Yeah, it was a great contest. We're about to hear all about it. Josh, thank you for joining us. Who else we got? Mark, appreciate it. Hey, Mike, good to see you this weekend. Congrats on your GC. Thank you, Mark. It was great seeing you and had a great time hanging out. And Mr. Sean, thank you for joining us tonight. And I appreciate it. Jason, let's see who else we got. John, thank you from Alaska. Wow, man, we've got them from coast to coast. That's awesome. Lance, appreciate you being here. Brandon, thank you for joining us tonight. And Stephen, thank you for being with us. Miss Brenda, we appreciate you as always. Man, we already got 48,000 folks on here, so this thing is steadily rolling. We're not going to take up too much time. We've already got 54,000 folks on here. They're going to keep rolling in. I don't want to miss too much because I want everybody to kind of get the gist of everything that was going on. When I kind of see these numbers peak, which it looks like they probably are, we're going to go in and bring on our guests. Give it maybe another minute. Vanessa, thank you for being here. Justin, thank you for joining us. I see we got a lot of YouTube listeners as well, so really do appreciate y'all. Be sure to follow us on YouTube as well, and you'll be able to catch all of our podcasts that we do there. You won't have to scroll through our Facebook feed, but we've got almost half of our folks over here that's on YouTube, and we really do appreciate y'all making that transition. Tim, thank you for joining us as well. Well, real quick, we want to thank all of our partners. The barbecue store, Dustin, does so much for the cooks. We appreciate him. David with Gunnar Wilhelm Knives. Miss Gail with Daigle Barbecue Sauces and Rubs. And last but not least, Raider Red Meats. We really appreciate them being our sponsor. And thank you for all your support over the years. Well, without further ado, man, I don't know how there's no other way to put this guy, but he is the chicken frickin' champ. So, Bill, man, congratulations. I know that, you won San Antonio chicken. That's a 300 teams, right? And then you're like, who's your odds-on favorite to win Houston? Bill? How's that feel, brother, to be called the chicken world champion at Houston Livestock?
Man, don't feel bad. I promise you that,
Yeah.
So it's quite surreal. So, I felt good about the chicken, but, to make it through the funnel with all the teams and all the rest of it. And, man, there's nothing real crazy about the chicken. It's just man, it's just decent. Look, it's just decently cooked chicken. It's not man. There's nothing magical about it. As I think from the outside looking in, it might think, man, that thing must taste like angels and pillows. It just tastes like good chicken.
Good chicken. I've had it, and it tastes like a good chicken.
Man,
People ask me,
the week before at Seguin, and man, I was 60th place. So I ran
wow,
chicken the
same
week
chicken.
60th place. Before that, I was at Smoking on the Rio, and I think it hit 30 place. And before that was San Antonio Rodeo that hit first. So
Right.
there's this game is, and there's no silver bullets on secret recipes that are guaranteed. It's just you do have to cook it right, and some of those other cooks, they were a little bit overcooked, I felt. So
Right. Right.
and this felt really good about it, and I felt like the chicken was cooked good. So
Yeah.
I had a chance. So.
I saw your little first picture that you kind of gave us a sneak peek on one of them. You held it up, and I was like, God, that's Bill Purvis's chicken right there.
But I tell you what, I felt great about my brisket too. I
Right.
felt great about all three. I felt like, man, I had a great cook. I wasn't disappointed at any of them, and I felt really good about my brisket. And I think it landed 91st place.
Right. Right.
So it's single round judging, and man, a lot of what judges you catch, man, they dictate. Some tables love barbecue, and man, I found a table that obviously loved barbecue, and man, they found a liking to my chicken that day, and man, I came home with some hardware, so it was great.
All I know is we just need to start signing you up for all competitions that's over 200 teams. So, and that's going to.
I think the secret is I need to wear my cowboy hat.
Yeah, the cowboy hat's done pretty good, and it's both the rodeos.
Black felt hat has done me. And I took it off when I was boxing brisket. I think that's the only mistake I think I made through the whole cook was taking my black cowboy hat as I was boxing brisket. The other meats, ribs and chicken, I kept her on, but brisket got pretty serious. There's a lot of, there was a lot of moving parts on brisket. So
right. Wow.
Yeah.
And not only that, I mean, we're giving him props for this first place chicken. Bill, tell us how you finished overall.
We finished fourth overall. So
wow. And how many teams was it, brother? Wasn't it almost 300?
No, I think it was maybe just a little over 250, maybe
200.
252 or something like that.
Okay.
So.
I had heard it was approaching close to 250.
I think San Antonio was, man, over 300.
Yeah. I think it was.
But this one I think was 252, something like that.
Wow. That's absolutely amazing. That's absolutely amazing. And
I plan on wearing the hat at Austin Rodeo this weekend, and I'm not taking it off.
I don't blame you.
I want to go back to Champions Row. Champions
Row
was, man, it was a great experience. They look after you. They take care of you. It was, I had my trailer there. I wasn't jammed in a corner cooking for a corporate tent with, an easy up or, a fold up table.
Right.
Man, I had all the comforts that I normally have at a cook-off.
Right
there with me, and the group of guys that were on Champions Row with me, man, I knew them all. So it was a great time. It was a great experience. So.
Right. Wow. How did you do in ribs? Carl's wanting to know. So,
man, I think I was 20 something. I don't know, 20. Wow. I don't remember. I mean,
yeah.
Man, once I got that trophy and was fourth overall, I didn't really, it's not like Houston. You can evaluate your scores as far as, man, did I miss it on taste, tenderness? They don't give you any kind of feedback. So, man, the numbers aren't going to change me sitting there looking at them. Man, I glanced at them. I actually was taking a nap, and my wife came and woke me up. She goes, "Oh my God, we were fourth overall. We were so close." And,
wow.
Man, I think I looked at chicken and at ribs. We were, I think, 20 something, and brisket. I think we were like in the 90s, maybe 91 or 92. So,
that's crazy. That's awesome. Stephen P.
And then I went right back to look at chicken,
Yeah.
We were first.
Yeah, we were first. Yeah. Just make sure. Well, Stephen Peacock's going to be in Austin, and he wants you to bring him a hat. So,
right.
Anyway. All right, let's get, we got one world champion here. We got two more to bring in at the same time. It ain't very often that you catch something like this, but Tim was the brisket champion, and congratulations, Tim. Not only that, Tim has graduated up from dishwasher to world champion, because the last time we had Jackie on the show, he was the dishwasher. Jackie got a world champion in ribs. So in case if he was under a rock, you was been away, your phone wasn't working from the outage from last week, these two are world champions at the same cook-off, Jackie with ribs and Tim with brisket. Guys, all I can say is congratulations. I don't know, and Bill, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's probably pretty safe to say that there's never been a husband and a wife that's had world champions cooking in barbecue. I know never at the same event, but I don't know if that's ever happened at the same competition.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know.
mean,
I know that if the three of us were on a team, man, they'd be in trouble.
oh yeah,
Most definitely.
yeah, yeah,
Chicken,
yeah.
ribs, and brisket.
Yeah,
So
maybe Barbecue Champs Academy needs to put together the dream team of y'all three for next year, and we see if we
man,
can
if
pull
Barbecue Champs Academy pays for the spot at Houston, I'm sure us three will show up.
That's what I was kind of thinking. That's kind of what I was thinking. Well, all I know, and Tim, man, congratulations. Not only did Tim win first place brisket, but Tim and his entire team of Taste of South Texas, they won grand champion as well.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I mean, man, that had to feel like amazing.
It was crazy. Today I actually have a voice. Sunday, Monday, I had no voice. I couldn't talk. But I'll tell you what, that was just, to hit that first place brisket just floored me. And then when he announced grand champion of the entire event, holy cow.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Everything was a blur after that.
Yeah. I can only
And did y'all come by and touch my cowboy hat earlier that day? I'm not sure if y'all touched the hat. No. Okay.
Bill's just trying to make sure. Yeah, he's trying to make sure he didn't screw up by taking that hat off early. So, wow.
This was my second year to cook this event. I cooked it last year for the first time, and I hit a 72nd brisket last year.
Okay.
So from 72nd up to first, just phenomenal.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And there we got Brody on here. Brody, congratulations. If I recall, you got third place in the steak. I think it's the steak that you cook. So congratulations for that. Man, he's a beast as well. We got Little Gringa. We got Ray Barker on here as well. So he's just telling y'all hi and congratulations. And I don't know. Let's see. I tasted the winning brisket and the winning ribs there at Houston. Yeah, that'd be a pretty cool deal to say. Yeah, I got to try both of them. So, Blake Howdy from Short Ridge Rumco, congratulations on the calls and finish. Louis, congratulations, man. We got a lot of folks. It's Jackie and Tim. Congratulations. Well, I tell you what. Not only do we have the grand champion or part of the grand champion team, you kind of got to be careful how you say that. I know you didn't win; it was a team effort. But we have another guy on here. I think everybody knows this man. He needs not much of an introduction. Mr. Jason Sagmiller, Race Crew Drums, the reserve grand champion of the event. So we got the grand, part of the grand, we got the reserve grand, and we got 3 world champions on here. Buddy, I bet the woos were going all night long.
I mean, yeah, I'm like Tim, I lost my voice, and I'm just now getting it back.
I would imagine. I asked Jackie on Sunday. I was like, "You think you and Tim, if he gets his voice back, will be glad to be on there?" That has to be a heck of a feeling to be able to win something as big as Houston Rodeo.
Man, it was awesome. I didn't see it coming, and to tie for grand was just short of amazing.
Yeah, so tell us about that. You told me. I mean, Bill, you was 3 points from grand. I mean, this was tight. Jason was second. You tied first?
Yeah.
And I guess was the tiebreaker first place brisket?
I would imagine so. I guess that's how they would do it. It makes sense that way.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That is crazy. Man alive. Well, look, I want to, and if anybody's got any questions, obviously we want to get them out there. Everybody's just telling y'all such a great job. Bill, tell us a little bit, because I know you're going to have to get off, so I'm going to let Bill kind of do a little bit of talking here for just a few minutes. This was the first time that you actually got to cook on your own, not as part of a corporation. It was you qualified for it in San Antonio. What was your experience rolling in, your thought process going into this? Like, man, I've got a chance now to freaking really win this thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was, so I'd cooked a single meat for Extreme Texas Smokers Fong's team. So last year I did chicken. The year before that I did ribs. The year before that, so I would, much like Jackie and Tim, there's a lot of teams out there that will, put together little dream teams, if you will, and they'll have one team doing this or one team doing that. So, man, in all 3 years, most of the meats that I've cooked have been in the top 20. They've never finaled. I think I've had a 17th brisket, an 18th rib, and I think last year actually I was a 25th chicken. So, man, going in this year, now it's it's actually my own team. I won San Antonio, so I got a free spot. And so I was able to, bring my trailer in. And for me, man, I try to just treat it like a normal cook-off. I try not to, I listened to Clarence Joseph because Clarence reserved it, I think, maybe last year or the year before. And, I listened to Clarence talk about, when you get to some of these bigger cook-offs, the tendency is to think you've got to do more or, maybe season a little heavier or, you really want to give it some pop. And, I think, listening to Clarence, obviously Clarence is a Texas legend, and some of his regret, I think when he reserved it maybe was, man, he wish he just would have just ran his normal stuff or, not put anything extra on it. So, man, that's kind of what I just tried to do is just, man, I'm just going to run my normal cook, treat it just like I would any other cook-off. And, man, not try to chase any ghost. Right. I did do tiger stripes on my chicken, which, man, I've had a lot of success. I get bored doing the same thing over and over and over. So, man, I like to change things up. At San Antonio, I didn't do tiger stripes, but, man, last year I did do them at Rodeo, and I think we were 25th. So it was like, well, man, if I don't do them and we get hammered, man, I'll probably leave there going, man, I should have just did the same stuff I did last year. So, man, that's what I did. Kind of made a last-minute audible to stripe my chickens. I'd practiced a bunch of chickens all week long, playing with flavors and seeing how powerful, or, you hear lots of ghosts of, oh, they like this, they like that, and I think if you try to dial in and pick what somebody likes, man, you can end up chasing your tail and you're going to be where the ball was, not necessarily where the ball's going. Right. I had last year man, I did tiger stripes, and I talked to several teams that got hammered doing tiger stripes. And even this year, man, I talked to several other teams that did grill mark their chicken, and, man, they got beat up. So it's not, man, there's not a silver bullet that, man, if you grill mark your chicken, man, you're guaranteed to walk. Right. Man, I know Grant Pinkerton, he got second place chicken, and he showed me his chicken. Man, he didn't have any, he just cooked a normal, probably cooked it on a drum, and no tiger stripes at all. So,
Was you a little nervous? I mean, this is a big deal, right? Cooking on your own. Did you feel a little like, okay, a little jittery, a little like, just the rodeo, really. Or you just didn't bother you? Okay.
Man, I felt confident, I felt really confident. And, man, I go into just about every cook feeling pretty confident that, and when I cooked 2 briskets, and when I sliced the first one, I was like, man, I don't even need to slice the other one. This one's exactly what I want. And, I went ahead and sliced it and tasted it for good measure. But yeah, I didn't, man, I feel pretty confident going in, and, man, I felt confident with all 3 of my turn-ins to the point where, man, I felt like, man, it's probably going to screw me because I liked everything. And you know how that goes. Sometimes when you love everything, you get beat up. And 100%. I was really wishing I hated something, but, man, I couldn't find anything I didn't like. And and I was hoping and expecting to get a finalist banner, and I couldn't have been more pleased that it came through with chicken. Right. Out of the 3 meats, me just releasing my chicken brine, and obviously me using my chicken brine for it to make finals. At that point, I felt like I already won. Right. Just to be backstage, whether it was 10th place chicken, whether it was 9th place, it didn't matter. I made finals. There was only, 30 teams that are going to make finals out of the 250, and I was one of them. So, me and Jason were next to each other because he finaled in chicken as well. And both the whole time backstage, me and Jason were standing next to each other, and we stood next to each other on the stage. So, man, we both felt like we had already won. And of course, Jason's like, you're going to win the whole thing. You're going to win the whole thing.
Jason, I would have been saying the same thing. You just got through winning San Antonio. You don't want to. I mean, if he's down to the finalists,
you're going to win chicken. I know you're going to win chicken. And I'm like, man, I don't know, but I hope so. And sure enough, they only call out the top 3. So you leave there. You leave there. If you don't make top 3 in the category, you leave there not knowing if you're 4th or 10th until the results come out. So, wow. So, I can only imagine for Jason being next to me, he finals in chicken and they don't call him out for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And he's kind of like shit. And then you've got other teams that, that finaled in 2 meets. Ashley, they finaled in ribs and brisket. They won the
Right.
Go Texan GC. Man, we're all thinking, man, it's going to be, they're going to win the. What I'm thinking, man, they got 2 finals. They're probably going to GC it, and
Right.
they don't call them out for art GC. They call Jason out, and I'm like, shoot.
Yeah.
Ashley's going to take it, and then no, they call out Taste of South Texas. So Ashley ended up
Wow.
being 3rd. So
That is crazy. All right,
yeah.
so we know the game over stuff is obviously game over. So
and it ain't hurting the situation.
It ain't hurting. I called Bill up.
Yeah.
I guess it was Sunday or Monday, and I was like, "Man, I know you had 5 pallets. I hope you got another 5 pallets coming." So we got Frank on here, wants to know where I can get the brine. So why don't you make an announcement about that real quick?
Well, I mean, you can order it from several if you Google it, you'll find it at several barbecue stores. You'll also find it on my website, which is chickenfriedbbq.com. So it's available there, but there are several stores that are carrying it. So, man, and several stores have placed a lot of orders over the last couple of days too. So, but man, we've been kind of hammered with orders for both rib grind and, the brine game over. So it's been good for sales. That's for sure.
Yeah,
so,
that's for sure. And the class sales hadn't been too bad either since then.
Right.
I can tell you at least a dozen of them in the last day. So they're definitely rolling. One other question. Gordon wants to know, what did you cook the chicken on, Bill? Did you do a Weber?
I cooked it on a Weber. So,
Okay.
Yep. Weber kettle.
Weber kettle. Okay, that's awesome.
I cooked it hot and fast.
There you go. Best chicken cook in Texas. Riddle me that. Yeah, man. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say one of the best chicken cookers in the country because this guy just absolutely kills chicken. Yeah. So if I'm going into a cook-off and I got to cook chicken, I'm bringing Bill with me. So, Bill, just do your thing. So, we got folks. Congratulations, Bill. Rick Mel, he was there in Irving this weekend, correct?
Yeah, congratulations, Rick. Rick reserved it, didn't he?
He got reserved, yeah.
I love Rick. That's awesome.
He's so awesome. He is so awesome. It's a fantastic brine, no doubt. Jerry makes no doubt. He's had it, used it. Let's see, Terry, what's the website? Okay, chickenfriedbbq.com. You can get it at Bill's site. If you got other things that you want to bundle with it, like sauces, you can get it at the barbecue store. Dustin carries it. So Google it's BAR, the letter B, QUE store. Dustin's got everything. He usually ships. Bill may be backed up a day or two. So Dustin usually tries to get stuff out the same day. If you get it ordered by 2 or 3 o'clock, he's pretty much well going to get it out. So let's see what temp cooked on grill. Yeah, he cooked on grill grates. He striped it. So, and hot and fast. He probably had that thing blazing at 375, 400 degrees, Bill?
Man, I put a chimney of royal oak lump. They're not the lump, but they're supersized briquettes. It's one whole chimney, and man, I got it obviously 30 minutes before, lit that chimney, and I dumped it in there on one side. And man, I don't use the steak guys use the little things. I don't have one of the little shooters, but I want it hot. I want that, and put the grill grates on it and get it really hot. And man, I just go ahead and set my marks. And man, I think the temperature on the Weber says like 500. I don't know if it's right.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. The rumor is that one of the guys are pretty good at cooking chicken. Yeah, I would say that guy named Bill Purvis is the guy for that. So he's the chicken champ, that's for sure. So
this week,
that's right. This week. Hey, no, we're gonna have to say this month because man, you've had Houston and you've had San Antonio. So man, to win them 2, Bill, man, all I can say, brother, I'm proud of you. Yeah, I know you're making a name for yourself. And what better name to have than Chicken Fried Barbecue that you're the chicken champ? So God help us if you change and come up with Vanessa, she's brisket and fried barbecue over here, and we're going to be in trouble. So let's see what else we got. I enjoyed having Tim on my team. The taste of South Texas. The brisket was amazing. I told Tim when I tasted it was brine. So... oh man, we got Fred on here. Let's see what chicken champ. That's it. No big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal. So, RJ, thank you for joining us. Congrats to all the cooks. Wow. Well, it sounds like it's been an amazing run for you, Bill. Continued. I know you're going to Austin this weekend. Hey, you did pretty good down in Austin last year, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, did pretty good there. So
yeah.
All right. Well, let's roll on over here to Miss Jackie and Tim. I know that y'all have got to be ecstatic. Husband, wife, world champions Tim, you're beyond dishwasher now. She can't ever throw that back at you. So
everybody throw it at me, but
yeah,
I'm not take it.
yeah. So, and you was such a sport that night that we had you on, but obviously, I don't know, Jackie. Have you kind of put him under your wing a little bit to help him along? I'm sorry, I had to throw that out there. So she's not talking. Maybe Jackie.
Well, first off, Pitmaker Nation, hello everybody out there. Tell you what, Pitmaker rolled out the red carpet for us literally from day one, which was Thursday when we got there.
Right.
It was opposite from Bill. It was not like an average cook for us.
So why don't y'all tell us a little bit about that? Now, Jackie, you cook for one of the 3 Pitmaker teams, and then obviously Tim, we know you had cooked for Taste of South Texas. Did I get that right? So
Pitmaker had 2 teams, Los Gallos and Pitmaker Addiction.
Okay.
And included its sister team, Taste of Texas.
Taste of Texas was the sister team.
So
it was the sister team. Okay.
That's the 3rd team. And we all use Pitmaker pits and rubs and the food, and collectively, even Tony Knutze was so we were all under one umbrella. So collectively, I would say Pitmaker won the GC for Houston Rodeo.
Right.
We celebrated to the nines.
I bet y'all did. I bet y'all did.
Saturday night, we had NFL players, we had celebrities, we had chefs, we had the SMP group from Mexico.
Wow.
It was phenomenal. It was epic.
Yeah, I can only imagine. So let's kind of go through this, Tim, real quick. They called chicken first. We see Bill gets that. Then you come up, you have rib. What was your thoughts? Now your wife just now became a rib world champion. What went through your mind? Because I could only imagine, and I'm sure Bill, like if Vanessa was doing this, I know how he felt when she got, a perfect 180 and her freaking damn dessert. He was just ecstatic about it. So how did you feel that, your wife just won a freaking world champion in ribs?
I was shocked. I was really amazed, shocked. I was really happy for her and the whole team. It was like, I feel like I've succeeded in pushing her and helping her get where she can be, and she's there. She is there.
Yeah.
She's world champion ribs.
Yeah.
So really, really happy for her.
And I don't cook without him. I mean, we're always together. Pitmaker, they would help me if I needed something, but I felt like I was missing my husband. And
my spot is 2 rows over, so we weren't next to each other.
Y'all weren't next to each other. Over. Okay.
I didn't call him. I didn't want to bug him. I would text, hey, come over. Lunch is ready, because we had guys cooking lunch and breakfast for us.
Right.
And the rest of the crew. Fantastic. So I felt like I was missing him. Yeah, I was like, they're like, oh, Tim, how do you feel about these ribs? So I would ask my other teammates, Eric Turner. He helped me move things around. Jose Hernandez, Jose Cortez, Fernando. I even had Donald Keene. He was other Pitmaker team. So I mean, it was whatever I needed. George and Victor, they were there to help me, and I didn't want to impose. I wanted to impose on him.
Right.
It was fantastic.
That's funny. Well, little gringo Ray says that she'll be the dishwasher now. So Tim, you're off the hook, Tim. So he is now the brisket bee. Congrats to both. Congratulations. Wow. So, I mean, I would imagine that had to be a pretty cool deal. Your wife's now world champion. Yeah, the pressure, it's always nice to have, he's your right-hand man. He's right there. I'm sure you probably were like, God, tell me what you think. Do they need a little more salt? Do they need a little more spice? Is everything perfect? You don't have that. That's your kind of crutch when you're cooking. And then congratulations to you, Jackie, because you did it literally by yourself. You had a team member there to taste for you, but you still 100% cooked it all by yourself. And let's put it like this. You're a badass cook anyway. I mean, we've seen you kick people's butt up and down the deadgum Texas, all across the country anyway. So, or all across the state of Texas anyway. I mean, you're a phenomenal cook. and
Thank you.
and that is just awesome to be able to see that. But no sooner than all that settled in that that you won it. Now it turns around probably 20, 30 minutes later. Now you got Tim that just now became a world champion. Now what went through your mind that he won it?
Oh man, well, Don called it. We called him the barbecue prophet because right before chicken call, he yelled out "chicken fried," and then they called out "chicken fried."
Oh gosh!
And then right before rib, he called out
barbecue pitmaker addiction.
And then they called our name. And then right before brisket, he called out "Taste of Texas." You can hear it's on video.
Oh wow!
Taste of Texas. So,
I'm hooking up. I'm getting Donald to go to my next 5 cook-offs. I need 5 more grand champions. So,
and I hope Donald's going to Austin.
Yeah, he's going to Austin. Yeah. Wow. That's absolutely amazing. I mean, I'm sure y'all will. That is just like I said earlier. I think it is so cool to have a husband and a wife, world champions. I don't think it's ever been done before, and somebody have to prove me wrong. But to have a husband and wife, there's no doubt the same competition. But even win a world champion, I don't know if it's ever been done. So I'm sure that has to feel pretty good.
I was completely floored by that. I've had really good brisket calls in the past, but to have a brisket call there in the top 3, with this quality caliber of cooks,
right,
was just crazy. And then when we got down, when they started calling GC, holy cow. I almost passed out.
Yeah, I would have too. I mean, you already got a world champion brisket. Now they're going to make you the grand champion. That's just crazy. All right, if you don't mind, you don't have to answer this if you don't want. What kind of brisket did you cook? What brand was it?
I cooked the Snake River Farms Black.
Snake River Farm Black. Wow. And what kind of ribs?
Oh, the chopping block, Prairie Fresh Primes.
Prairie Fresh Primes. There you
I'll
go.
never go back to any other rib. They are phenomenal. And they're the best. And I know because when I started injecting them, you could just but you know this is gonna be a great rib. And they were beautiful. They were so beautiful. It was hard to choose.
Right.
Which ribs, so I went by feel, and once they hit.
Got it.
This cook-off, they tag your meats, so they do the inspections and they tag your meats. Well, I cooked 1 brisket. That's all I cooked was 1 brisket. And the guy looked at me like, "You have a second brisket?" I'm like, "I can only turn in 1. Why am I going to cook 2?"
I was about to ask because Bill cooked 2. I was going to ask, did you cook 2? So you cooked 1. Wow.
Cooked 1 brisket, and I get what I get. What can you do?
That's true.
Put it in the boxes, Robert.
Put it in the box, as Robert would tell you. Put it in the box. So, wow. Well, that is an amazing story. Super happy for you guys. Bill, I know it's about 7:35. We need to probably get you off or anything.
Yeah. No, I'll probably duck off and get myself a bite to eat before my show. So
there you go.
Congratulations to all 3 of you guys. It was an epic weekend to walk away there with some hardware. That was awesome. So
that's really cool. That's absolutely awesome. Well, Bill, congratulations.
My wife said this one's staying in the house. All the other ones going. And she moved it into the shop for the show.
Yeah,
but she'll be right back in when they log it into the house. So
that's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Well, Bill,
congrats to all you guys, and we'll see you there next year, hopefully.
Absolutely. Congratulations. And if y'all want to know how he does it, go to bbqchamps.com, scroll down to Pitmasters, and it's chicken fried barbecue, Mr. Bill Purvis. You can get his all access class. He shows you everything that he does. And yes, he does cook. He cooks that chicken hot. I can tell you that. So, well, Bill, congratulations, brother. Super proud of you. And go get ready for your show. We're going to get off of here in enough time that everybody can get over and catch your show afterwards. Thank you, brother.
Perfect. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Y'all be good. All right, Jason, brother, you are now up. And, we got to hear about your story as well, Jason. I mean, first of all, you said you got a spot. Somebody brought you in. You cooked all 3 meats by yourself. Did you have any help, or was you kind of running all this deal by yourself?
So I do have help. Kevin Caldwell, great friend of mine. Yeah, and so we will work really good together. He cooked 1 brisket. I cooked 1 brisket. really, and both of them were fantastic. And I was, the lady that was our event rep was like, "You got 15 seconds. You better choose."
Wow.
And so we decided to go with mine, and then it worked out. So, well, we hope it worked out. But he's there, my buddy Eric. He helps with me. I really don't try any of my food. I let everyone else try it. I trust all their taste buds over mine. So, but that's my core group. My wife comes, man. She's awfully helpful. She's in there taste test and everything. The key is if she says she loves the ribs, they're done. They are. We're going to get our butt kicked in the ribs, but other than that, man, kind of like what Bill was saying. If you love your food, it's going to be a bad day.
Yeah.
So,
wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Let's see, Mike had I had a good weekend myself. I got a grand, so it was good. Thank you, Tim. Let's see, Gordon. Jason, this calls for a drum sale. Yeah. I would imagine the drum sales it probably went through the roof the last couple of days. So
yeah, I've been getting quite a few inquiries for them, so that's for sure.
I would imagine. And where can they find your drums at?
So you can go on Facebook, Race Crew Drum Smokers, my personal page, or our webpage, Race Crew Drum Smokers.
Race Crew Drum Smokers. Okay. Well, Jason, have you cooked Houston before?
This is my 4th year cooking Houston.
Okay.
And I don't know why I have such awesome luck, but every year I've been at Houston, I've been on stage.
That's freaking
It does not get any easier waiting for a finalist than the year prior. So I'm always nervous and my legs start shaking. And I had to hide this year because I'm so close to turning. I can hear them calling out teams on who's going to get a finalist. And it makes me extremely nervous, paranoid and nervous. And so.
Wow. Well, I was fixing to say congratulations to both you and Kevin. And I know y'all had a little cook-off going against each other down in Montgomery, Texas in January. And I know you spanked him up pretty bad. So, but he took it like a champ and kept running on and came out and helped you. So I love you, Tim and Jackie. So that's from Stephanie. And anyway, well, that is awesome. So, what is and I'll ask both of y'all the question, and Jason, we'll start with you. The Houston experience, tell us what that is like, because I've never been to Houston. I'm sure there's a lot of people on here that have never been. What's your experience? Like when we go to the Royal, right? We're like, oh my gosh, this is like unbelievable. I know y'all both cooked at the Royal before. So is it something like that? Is it much bigger? I mean, I think I saw Robert post a deal that 250,000 people went to the rodeo this year.
Yeah.
Over 250. So what's it like when you're there, all the people around you?
The greatest thing is close by. So we're not traveling all the way to the Royal, but it's Houston's biggest event. It does so much for the community. For me anyways, a lot of my peers are from here. So it's a really big kind of like family reunion. You go there, you see friends that are not related with barbecue. They're out there partying in a tent. It is a huge party. It's definitely tent city out there. Who can get in the most tents? Free drinks for most everybody, and it kind of for me, I'm not a big partier. I'm not out drinking. So it's fun for me to watch everybody drink and get drunk and act stupid. It's great. People watching is perfect. Yeah. But it is, since I'm cooking for a team out there, I put a lot of pressure on myself because I want to perform for them.
Right.
So Houston, I treated it as just a normal contest. I had my trailer out there. I was able to sleep in it in the night, and I really just block out all the partying thing. I'd walk around and try to say hi to people. But it's a really big event for the city of Houston itself. So to me, it brings a lot of pressure on my part because obviously I want to perform well in front of my hometown crowd.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, all right. Yeah. Tim, Jackie.
Oh.
So, the team that I was with, the Taste of South Texas, they had a pretty nice sized tent. They had a DJ. A lot of people go into tents, and really, it's a bunch of great guys that are together. They cook together. They've been cooking there for 31 years, and this is their championship. And I was glad I was able to help them get this. From Brian, from Grant, Zane, those guys are great to cook with. And Tony Tanatse on the chicken.
Yeah.
They really, helped me out. Anything I needed to succeed, I got. These guys really took care of me as well over that other tent. It's like Jason was saying, it's a tent thing. You go to different tents and you party to party. And unless you know somebody or you have a ticket, you're not going to get in. And that's, you see how many armbands you can collect over the night or over the weekend.
Right.
But, we've done a lot of the tent hopping on Thursdays, but see, Friday is, work time. It's time to go.
Right.
Yep.
But it's a crazy event, but it's a fun event one way or another.
And I think we had 4 hours sleep Thursday night, Friday night.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a blur. Saturday.
Yeah.
It is.
I bet. Like I said, I don't drink, so I would be like Jason. I love to people watch. I love to watch people doing stuff, but I think it would just be pretty cool to go down there, maybe go to a couple of the tents and stuff with some folks that I know. I'm gonna have to see if I can get down there one day because it sounds like it would be amazing.
Oh, you got to get out there, like you're saying. People watch. If you had an elevated platform,
yes.
Oh, I'm telling you what.
I can only.
I could sit there for a long time and watch it. If you can't see it there, you're not going to see it.
Yeah.
We had over at our tent, we had 1,000 people per night, and Friday night the Texans started showing up, and Saturday was like, oh my God, all these football players here.
Wow.
Yep.
James Miller, come on, Mike. Hey, there. Maybe I got an invite. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if he remembers me next year. So. Anyway, that's pretty cool. That is really, really cool. It sounds like an unbelievable event. I can imagine 250,000 people coming through there in 4 days or so. That's got to be pretty amazing. So
it's a sea of people. When you look down an alleyway, especially around 9, 10 o'clock, it's just wow. It's a crazy amount of people.
Yeah. And people show up in limousines, Mike.
Oh yeah.
Limousines.
Well, so, and the bad part is I went over to Pitmaker and I was like, Jackie. Nothing.
Wow. Wow. I just been invited by Brian to the Taste of South Texas. How about that? It don't get no better than the Pitmaker guys. I already know Donald King and Lee Hickle have told me that 1,000 times. I know when they go down to Mexico and stuff, that place is just absolutely epic. So. That's really a cool deal.
Rockefeller, we had octopus, we had
oh my God,
we had snake, we had you name it.
Yeah, Lee told me that those guys at Pitmaker, they put on such an. Now I haven't found out about Houston, but I know that they've done some stuff down in Monterey. And he said, it's just like amazing. It is like you could eat. He said, I know you love to eat. You don't drink, but you love to eat. It's like so much food you would just be blown away. And he said they are just, and it's all top notch stuff because it's all freaking amazing pitmasters. So wow, I may have to remind maybe Brian, if you remember me next year, let me know. So that would be pretty cool.
I know somebody in a few tents. We'll get you in there somewhere.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. My wife was like, "Are we ever going to go to Houston?" I was like, "I don't know. You got to know people to get in down there." So anyway, that's it's just a cool deal. And that's the thing. A lot of people may not know, and that's why I want y'all to share that experience. For people that's never been, you don't have to get into a tent. I heard on the Walton and Johnson show the other day, I listened to that radio show. They were down there, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday. And I think you could pay like $25. You get in the gate. There's some places you can get plenty of barbecue and drinks and stuff like that. And they said it's just an amazing event. We had one of the promoters of Houston Rodeo there. He was on the radio. He was talking about it. So it is a pretty cool deal of some of the things that they do. And he said you don't necessarily have to get in the tent to have a good time. But, I want to be around my barbecue family. I don't want to just be walking around where you can't get around people. So the same guy that made cinnamon roll fajitas on Barbecue USA won grand champion at Houston. Wow. How about that?
Yeah.
So that's funny. That is funny. Thank you, Zach. Yes, see, Vivian. Way to go, guys. So happy for you. That's Vivian. And let's see, Zach. The tents take it to the next level, to another level. So, wow, that is pretty cool. Look, if anybody's got any question for either of our guests, please drop them in the chat. I really do appreciate the comments. Keep them coming. You know, Jason, is there anything any different that you would have done? I mean, I know you cook your best, but is there something you felt like, man, my brisket could have been a little better, my chicken could have? Did you hit all your marks, and was you pretty happy with everything?
So yes and no. In prior cook-offs at Houston, my brisket's usually really powerful, and by looking at who's won in the past, and I was like, man, I think we need to tone it down quite a bit just to be more middle of the road. And last year I was like 102nd place brisket, and so talking with Kevin, I was like, man, why don't you tone down your brisket a lot? And he did, and it might have been maybe a little too much. The brisket that I cooked, it was good. It was toned down just a hair, and everyone voted for it, and I'm like, all right, well, we're putting this one in the box. I wasn't happy with it because the box was not a good looking box. I was being rushed because we took so long to figure out what brisket we're going to turn in. Right. And man, if I was able to get 0.01 points more, man, it would have been great.
Wow.
But you always second guess yourself, or at least I do.
Right.
But it's always a great experience in Houston. As far as everything else, chicken, it looked good. Everyone said it tasted good. Ribs, everyone said they were great. And brisket, they liked it, but we didn't know which one to turn in. Go further down bland, or have a little sauce and a little flavor to it. And it worked out for us. And I was waiting for our finalists, and we got a finalist, and I didn't expect a reserve to come out of it by any means. And that really kind of just wow, I was shocked. So
right. So if y'all want to give away a little stuff, I'm just kind of curious, if you want to answer this, you can. So do they like a little sauce on? I know I've seen some briskets, they put a pretty good glaze on top, hard cook a glaze on top, but do they tend to like a little saucier brisket at the rodeo, or just kind of, nope, they're cowboys down there, they just like just a good straight up brisket?
Not in my experience. I don't know about y'all, but I definitely took no sauce on the slices, or is a straight au jus.
Yeah, okay. Well, the committee people, they're watching you take off that tag before you slice, so you're not allowed to do a lot of things.
Once it's done, it's done. I mean, the cooking process has stopped, and you're like, "Are you sure you're going to do that?" Well, and after I sliced my brisket, we started putting it in the box, and my teammates were like, "Are you going to try it?" I'm like, "Why? What can I do now? It's already in the box."
It's too late.
So when you slice the brisket, Tim, do they allow you to au jus the slice?
Yes, they allow you to au jus the slice before it goes in the box.
Okay, so you can au jus the slice, and you can put sauce on the slice if you want to, but once it hits the box, you can't touch it.
Right. More like most other competitions, once it's in the box, nothing added to the box.
Nothing added to the box. Okay. Do they tend to like that you have a little sauce on your brisket, or do they just straight up just a little au jus with a hard glaze on top?
Yeah, mainly just au jus sauce is what you want to use over there.
Yeah. That's if I was cooking Houston, that's how I would do it. That's usually what I do. I have a hard glaze on top and a little au jus on the slice, and that usually yields a pretty good brisket. So
it was a good brisket, but when I tried it, I was like, it's all right. I mean, it's good.
She goes, "You've made better." I'm like, "Well,
yeah, he's made better." So I was like, but the texture and the chew, it was spot on.
Right. Yeah.
Texture what really nailed it for us.
Yeah. It's a big texture game. Let's see. When I won it, they like Wizard. Yeah, there we go. Let's see, Zach. Do you win any money at Houston? If so, are you cooking for a team? Do you or the team get the money? That's a great question.
No money. There's no money whatsoever. You just spend a lot.
You spend a lot. Okay.
There's tents out there spending $250,000 out there.
Wow. So there is no payout for even the grand
No.
champion, whoever wins.
No.
There's no money. It's just
No.
bragging.
There's no money, but this has
It's
more
bragging
value than any money.
No, Jackie, it's 2 trophies back there.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's like $100,000 trophies back there each.
Yeah.
So,
There
wow,
will be,
yeah, no money.
you know, the brisket buckle too.
I'm hoping one day I'll get my brisket buckle back. So.
Oh, that'll be freaking cool. That'll be so cool.
No,
Wow. Wow.
No, you're not gonna wear my buckle.
Yeah. Okay. They said it goes to scholarships. Okay, that's pretty cool. So all the money goes to scholarships.
One thing I would suggest to people cooking out there is they don't run the same size boxes as, say, CBA, IBCA. They're much smaller. And that was part of my problem is my slices were just a little too long for that box. But they changed it this year. I know before they used to run a really small chicken box, like micro size, where you cook a 3.5 pound chicken and it barely fit at that point.
Wow.
So they went to all 3 same size, but they're all, I think, 8x8.
Okay.
And extra shallow. So
okay. Wow.
I know the whole top of my chicken was completely touching the top of the lid. So
right. Wow. Wow.
Another thing, did you do any practice before, like on Friday night? Did you practice anything,
No.
Jason?
No.
I did. I practiced on a safe just to become more familiar with my timing. I did one rack of ribs.
Okay. How many racks did you cook, Jackie? 2?
You can only tag 2 racks.
Okay. So you tag 2. You can cook a bunch, but you tag 2, and your ribs got to come out of the 2 that's tagged. Okay.
Yeah.
You're so focused on those 2 because they have the tags, and the committee person's there with you when you tag them.
Right.
It's a process. It's
it's different.
Like SAT test.
They watch your every move. I mean, if you and they are on it. You know,
that's crazy. It's crazy they have that many people for that many teams. That's the crazy thing. So, how many ribs did you have to put in the box, Jackie? Is it 10?
I put 9.
9 ribs go in the box. And how many slices of brisket?
10 briskets.
10 briskets. Okay, 9 ribs and 10 briskets. Okay.
And it's a tight 10 at that.
Yeah, it's tight. Yeah, I saw it. It's tight. So, Jackie, do they like a saucy, a sweet rib down there?
I gave them a...
She likes punching her ribs out.
I punched those ribs out, and I stayed by that pit all day long. I babied them like you would not believe. More so an average cook.
Right.
Yeah, my ribs were... I wouldn't say they were too powerful, but they were...
Get them a punch.
Yeah, they gave them a punch. I punched them.
Okay. A little spice, a little heat.
A little everything.
A little of everything. So you checked all the boxes off. You was going to let them know you're going to get some smoke, you're going to get some heat, you're going to get some sweet, you're going to get all of it. Yeah, that's one way to do it.
Friday's rib, was my regular rib. And the people tasting it, my other team members are like, oh, yeah, it's good.
Okay.
So in my head, like, I need to,
up it up. All right, so it's time for a little trivia question. We're gonna get this out there real quick, and the first person that I see get the answer correct is going to get our 20 championship backyard barbecue classes. If you have an account, I will add them to your account. If you don't have an account, I will create an account and put them in. You'll get them for 1 month. So the first person that I see across my screen, because mine's in real time and some of y'all's stuff is sometimes delayed, so I got to go by what I see on my screen. Here's the trivia question. And I'm going to make sure I get the wording correct. So, what year did race crew drums start? What year did Jason start race crew drums? First person I see get it right is going to be the winner of our 20 championship backyard barbecue recipes. So, here we go. I'm seeing them coming across. And good Lordy, have mercy. I got to slow them down. I see them coming. I see them coming by the groves. I haven't seen one. What year did Jason start race crew drums? And man, they're steadily coming across so dang fast. I keep having to back them up. All right, let me back up and start. They're coming in groves. What year did Grace Crew drums start? I'm still looking. Oh, I see it right here. There's the first one. Let's see if I got Kevin. That's the first one. I'm going to go back one more time now, Kevin, and see if there was anybody before you, but 2015. I want to make sure there's 2013. Jason, I don't know if you know, man, somebody had you back like 2004, I think. So,
I graduated high school in 2003.
You graduated in 4. I saw, let's see, 2019, 2017. Nick Dunn had you at 2008. That was the one. Okay. So I got 8, 17, 16, 17. I'm just making sure I didn't see anything before that one. 2015. All right, Kevin, you are the winner of our 20 championship backyard barbecue classes. I can't remember, Kevin, if you have bought any classes from us. So, man, y'all can stop. The winners. I still got people coming in. Kevin won it. Yep. Thank you, James, for checking me, brother. Kevin, I don't know if you've bought any classes. I try to keep up with everybody. If you have bought a class, you can just give me a thumbs up or say yes. If not, and if you don't want to make the announcement on air, I'm going to drop a chat. I'm going to drop my Gmail account, GSE's Champions at gmail.com. So, Kevin, I just put it in the chat. My email address, bbqchampions@gmail.com. Email me with the email that you want to use for the account. I'm going to set the account up for you. And I've got your first and last name. Put your first and last name in there with your email. I'll have that when it comes to me. And just put trivia winner as the subject line. And I will get you your account set up. Probably be in the morning, probably about 6 o'clock or so when I get up and get rolling. I'll try to get it set up for you. You'll have access to those 20 recipes for 1 month. So congratulations, Kevin. You got it. Email me, bbqchampions@gmail.com. And I need your first and last name and the email address in that email so I can keep it. I'm not going to keep up with it here. If you don't send it, I'm not going to get it to you. So, because I'm not saving all this information. Anyway, well, guys, I really want to say once again, huge congratulations to y'all. I know that that's got to be an unbelievable feat to get, a reserve grand champion. Jackie and Tim, it could not have happened to two better people. You guys are true professionals. Everybody loves y'all. And I think it's just so cool to have two world champions in the same household.
Our anniversary
year.
Spring break.
Yeah.
There you go. That's awesome.
And this coming from someone that didn't like barbecue.
That's awesome. Well, real quick, we want to kick off of this. We got a couple minutes left. I'll let you go first, Jason. You have anybody that you want to shout out for sponsors? Obviously, Race Crew Drums. So
Race Crew Drums, obviously. Crestmark Construction Services, Countryside Trailers, Smoking Wizard, Chicken Fried Rib Grind, Minotti, Woodcrafters, LC Barbecue, and Barbecue Store.
There you go. Yeah, awesome. Jason, I'm super happy for you, brother. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Jackie and Tim, y'all have any sponsors?
Yeah.
Well, of course, we have sponsors. Our first one is, Pitmaker supplies some of the greatest pits out there.
Awesome.
Chupacabra Rubs, Texas Regional Charcoal,
Prairie Fresh,
Snicker Farms.
The Chopping Block Webster for the best pork and ribs on the market.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. Prairie Fresh is some awesome stuff. Well, I tell you what, I appreciate it so much. Thank y'all for taking a little time. We've just got all these people just congratulating y'all one after another. Tim and Jackie need a new dish. Well, you got already people, Tim, ready to take your spot. So anyway, well, congratulations to y'all. Thank y'all so much for being on our show tonight. Good luck for the rest of the year as y'all are out there cooking. We're going to close it out. I hope everybody has absolutely enjoyed our podcast tonight. Thank y'all so much for being here. We appreciate y'all so much. And y'all got plenty of time to get over to Chicken Fried. He's about to start. I hope y'all have enjoyed it. I certainly have. And as we always close out our classes, we're going to close out our podcast the same way. Y'all go out there. Have a